Hello everyone and welcome back to Thea The Awakening, welcome back to the Gaming Droid. We're just gathering a little bit of food and waiting for our dwarf to recover from some battle wounds. We just finished building ourselves a tree of blessing, which means that now blessings on people in the village will no longer decay over time. So you'll see there's 41 turns left on this blessing of attractiveness, and if I rock the turns over you'll find that there's still 41 turns left. We're gathering vegetables out of the expedition. We're gathering vegetables, wood, string. We've got some meat and herbs coming in at home. There are some wolves and a hive down here, but we're not massively interested in that. We, last turn, got a member of a group to join us. And what we'll do is we'll equip her. So she's got a 4 damage, 6 shield sword. I think we can do that a little bit better. I think we can give her a... what have we got? We've got a 7 damage, we've got a 5 damage, 5 shield sword. That'll do. Actually, we've got someone equipped with a 1 damage sword. Why are you equipped with a 1 damage sword? Take a much nicer sword. Strange person. And we can also equip her with some armor, because we've got some spare armor, and possibly a spare shield as well. There we go. Unless we have something slightly better that she can carry with her weight capacity. And we've got a box that increases trap skill, so we'll give her a bit of trap skill as well. We'll give you some attractiveness because you've already got blessings of attractiveness and attractiveness bonus. So her attractiveness is now up to 13, which is used in social challenges and for first action and counter offensives in social challenges. So she's very, very attractive now. We've got a very attractive cook, I suppose. So we've set that up. Most of our people are now kind of in the best position they can be in. He's got the best sword he can have. And we got a better shield? 4? Yeah, I think we've got the best shield we can have at the moment. So what we'll do, we've got a spare space for production and for building production, and we'll see if we can make any better buildings. We could make a bone and we could make a bone and quartz tower. What do we get if we make a bone and quartz tower? 2 vision and 3 to attract beasts. What have we got from our watchtower already? 2 vision and 1 to attract elves. Now, the vision won't change if we build this watchtower, but we'll get the attraction from both. But for now, I think I'll probably leave that one. What about barracks? Can we build a really nice barracks? No, we haven't got enough stone and things. We could... No, we haven't got enough monster bone either. So we'll leave the buildings for now, and what we'll do, we'll have a quick look to see how fit our dwarf got in that one turn. He recovered 14 hit points, so let's roll over one more turn. And let's have a look at the blessings on these guys. Still 41 turns left on those blessings, still 13 turns left on the strength blessings. So you can see that having that totem means that now any blessings my people in my town get will grow and grow and grow and grow. And they'll, if they get blessings of speech and things like that, they'll suddenly become very, very dangerous people. Now when they leave town, those blessings will tick down again. But while I've got them in town, they're very good at defending the town. The dwarf has gotten up to 21, so he gained back 7 hit points in one turn. So if I rock over a single more turn, that should mean we've got an encounter and a destroyer, which is fine. An old dwarf passes by your village, stopping only for a drink and a chat if you're willing. Sure, why not? You share a drink and some stories, the dwarf tells you of an old mine, and he marks the location on the map. Thank you very much. And that's actually down here as well. So now the dwarf should be nice and fit, so we can go and we can avenge the people who gave us a child and one of their number. You find a settlement taken by an orcish clan. You see many warriors, at least one matriarch and a shaman. They are well armed and look ready for a fight. So we could try a tactical challenge, a sneak challenge, or a fight challenge. We've got a couple of decent sneakers with us, including a pinconette and including 2 ghosts, which naturally are quite sneaky. We've got some decent tactical people with us. We could try diplomacy. We are Goddess of Love and Hope, so let's try some diplomacy first. We just wanted to talk. So we have a full 4-skull social challenge. We're probably not going to succeed at this one, but we can try. we can try our best to succeed at a 4-skull social challenge. We do have all the blessings of attractiveness, which gave us bonus attractiveness. So he's doing 14 damage, and he's got 22 defense from social challenges. Level 7. Let's see. She can actually survive the 14 damage, and then I can boost her up to deal enough damage to actually take him out. They're not particularly powerful, they're dealing 4 each. So I throw another support ally out. That does enough damage to kill him. Definitely. I can actually throw out a 15 hit point, which will absorb the damage from these two if they don't attack her. Even then, 15 hit points is fine there. And I can boost him up to do over 10 to make sure he can deal with that. We've got a 4-point boost, so if I throw her out, I can then boost her up again next turn and she'll be able to deal. Luckily, some of their more nasty ones actually got stuck at the back. He's actually boosted the hit points of that one, which is fine. So we'll take a few social knocks, but that won't translate into actual wounds, and we'll be able to deal with most of these without too much trouble. I'm going to use her to add a little bit of social skill. So there goes their matriarch, their main threat to me. And now we're just grinding down these ones down as far as we can. We've got one person left on the front lines, which can go down to my elf. Very convincing elf, very well-spoken elf. The witch got taken out quite quickly, and nice easy social challenge. So here, all of the people who are on our quest or on our expedition got a social speech, blessing of speech. They didn't get that back at the hometown, so they won't be able to keep that, but we did get some dryad wood, some elven wood, some stone, and some topaz, which isn't too bad. Lumbermill and quarry are actually depleted, the place is not very defensible, so we load as much as we can and head off. We could attack them again, but I think that's against the wills of the goddess. I think she's made it clear that she's not a fighting sort. She's not the sort to want us to fight everyone we meet. So we'll head down to the challenge. You set upon by a small group of rugged-looking dwarves. Their faces are scarred, as they have cut off their beards with their axes, which they probably did. Their clothes are worn, and their eyes are hungry. Only their weapons remain in perfect condition, the last remnant of their bygone heritage. One steps up and spits before speaking. Money, or we kick your teeth in. Can we talk about this? 3-skull social challenge against 4 dwarf bandits. Let's see if we can succeed again. Because the Lady Larder has shown that she wants us to be social creatures, she wants us to be creatures of peace and try and be peaceful with people. So we've got our Pineconet, who actually has the spear equivalent, she has the first action equivalent. So she got to go first, which means that that's quite powerful. They're level 8, so I should be able to get the other offencer out with the level 8 counter offense. I wonder if I can get the other tactical out. Yep, I can get the other tactical to go away. So now we only have to deal with one who's going to get the turn first, who's going to die immediately. And then we have to deal with him, then we have to deal with the back line. And the back line's going to be quite easy to deal with, because I can just give my players enough damage to one-shot most of the creatures on the board. There we go. And that should be an easy fight, again, an easy social challenge, despite the fact we are not a socially built group. And down go the dwarves, one after another. Let's see if we can convince them to join us. We get another bonus speech of blessing, so we now have 2 speech blessings simultaneously. We get a little bit of mithril. Today you shall eat well, sit with us by the fire, so that all may see tomorrow. There we go, we got a nice friendly one. We can share food with them, lose 10 food. You share a meal by the fire and exchange stories of woe and victory. One of the bandits stands up and speaks. I will follow you. I see you are followers of the beautiful Lady Larder. I heard the stories of fairness that can rival that of the Elven Queens. I seek to be her servant. If your bravest men can beat my men, we shall join your village and defend it with our life. So again, we get back to the same challenge we got our first dwarf bandit from. So I think 2 dwarf bandits against our best fighters. Yeah, actually, I do want it that way around. I was wondering if I wanted the spear wielder at the back to do extra damage, but no, that's fine. I can do it this way around. So he does 37 damage, which is a lot of damage to take. But I can absorb that damage with my Isbor. And he's done something tactically that I didn't notice. I don't know what he did tactically, but that's fine. So I'm going to take 37 damage, but that's fine. He's going to survive that. We're then going to basically just destroy him immediately. Going to go into phase 2 and we're going to take out his tactical in one shot. Nicely done. So we have a dwarf bandit join us. He's got 23 strength, decent intellect, a little bit of leech, which means he can regain health when he hits people, decent damage, decent armor. He comes to us with a training sword and also a Claw of Valise, which is the one he's using currently because he's got a leech ability. Comes with us with a heavy fur brigandine and a little bit of food and bits and pieces. Isbor's not at any danger of death, so don't burn the nice things, don't burn the nice wood. And we'll keep the +1 health. Excellent, so that was a really effective turn. We gained another dwarf bandit, and the dwarf bandits are quite powerful both in social and combat challenges, we found. We get another encounter destroyer. Wandering elf walks into your village and asks for a place to rest before moving on. So in the name of Lada's kindness, we can have the traveller share our food. We can kill the elf and get the stuff, or we can share our food, take all he has and chase him away. So we're going to share our food, and 2 of us gained folklore skill. Both of our hunters, I think. Yes, both of our hunters gained folklore skill, both of our hunters gained herbalism and intellect. We lost 1 fish and 9 seaweed. It's not a great cost for +6 skill points, considering each level they only gain 1 skill point. Speaking of which, leveled up. Oh no, a couple of them gained 2 skill points, so we gained 2 animal, 2 will. I accidentally right-clicked on the one from the expedition, so I don't know what they gained. But we've got a pretty decent expedition. I'm going to deal with the hive. So we get blood bees and crazed bees. It's a 3-skull challenge, so I'm going to deal with it myself. I'll reshuffle to try and get our wounded guy to the back line, which succeeded. So blood bees are quite powerful, but not ridiculous. And what I can do is I can actually use my spear wielders to kill off blood bees before anything happens, and then I can move a sword wielder up in front using my first action ability so that he is destroying. Okay, so the crazed bees also have the spear ability, as you just noticed. So I will move him up front, and now he's going to kill the blood bee before it has a chance to do anything. And then because they have the spear ability, I'm going to throw out someone who's got some shielding, because they're probably going to use spear ability on him again. Yeah, that's fine. They do very little damage. They do have poison damage, which doubles up if they're already wounded, but that's okay. We can cope with this quite easily. We don't have any first actions that can move people to the front because we've got no one below level 4. But instead we'll throw out our hammer wielder. Again, a little bit of shielding, not much, and we'll actually give him a big boost of additional shielding, so that he's not going to take any wounds while he does this. So we'll throw out her, and then again we'll give her some additional shielding so she doesn't take any serious wounds. When fighting creatures with poison, you do really want to minimize the amount of wounds you're taking. But as you can see, there's a lot of them, and there is a risk of kind of just getting overwhelmed with sheer numbers. But thankfully all of these are stunned, so they're not going to get a turn first time round. They have to dig through all of my decent warriors. So we'll deal with the blood bee, and then we're just down onto crazed bees. And there are a lot of crazed bees to deal with. He's going to take out 2. She's going to take 1 out. She's going to take 1 out. And she's going to take 1 out. So let's see how successful we are at dealing with all of these wee beasties. Again, he's going to take 2 out because he has the damage carry. So we've all taken a couple of wounds taking out this hive, but it's worth it too, because the hives do actually act as spawn areas for enemy creatures. We get a Book of Wisdom, which again grants us +1 intellect. We get some ruby, some amethyst. 2 of our people took damage. The healthy dwarf bandit took 8 and the pinkernet took 5. Pinkernet's the one that's at most risk of injury, but we should be fine. And over in the village, are we still building? Are we still building anything? Construction? No, crafting. What can we craft? We could craft something out of enchanted bone. Which would be 6th sense and dexterity. We could do something out of mithril, which would be sturdiness and distraction, with a bit of tactics. We could do something out of dragon bone, which would add leech. We could do something out of topaz, which would add light step, which is sneak and hunt challenges placed in front. So that's spears for a sneak or hunt challenge. If we used regular bone, we'd get backstab. Or we could use gold, which would give us range damage and feint. What if we use diamond? Clear mind. So that's spears for social and tactical challenges. Let's cancel that. What can we do basket-wise? We could make a decent basket, I think. 12% chance to be good quality, 4 gathering. Yeah, let's make ourselves a basket for now. We'll gain a little bit of science from it. Can make it in 1 turn. Might as well throw together a weak pasture, just a basic pasture again. Because that, actually no, that doesn't grant us any science at all. What happens if we switch in cherries? Nope. We've reached the point now where we can't really gain science from building pastures easily. Which is a pity. But let's roll over the turns and let's head down to this gold mine that the dwarf told us about after we fed him. You're set upon by a rugged-looking group of dwarves again. Let's talk about this. Let's be sociable. I think we know what's going to happen here. Hopefully, yeah. Let's keep and play. We get to go first, so I'll throw out 16 damage Night Elf. They're level 7. Have I got any high level counter offenses? No. Do I have any high? I have a high level counter tactics, which I can use to get rid of one of their tactics cards, which is good. I can then throw out my Pinkernet, who's going to wound him already. So I now have 2 people at the front who are going to be able to take these 2 out straight away. I can then move her out, and I can actually have her, because I have some people with reasonable attractiveness, move to the front. I can move him out and move him to the front. I can put her out and move her to the front. So, yeah, I think we're going to win this one. I think bandit dwarfs are not quite socially skilled enough to deal with us at the moment. I wonder if this is just a slight bug that you're going to get the same thing triggered on the same spot over and over again, especially considering we have such speech challenges. Let's share some food. Oh look! We spent a little bit of food, and now one of them wants to fight us for the honour of joining Lady Larder. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Ooh, he's powerful though. He's nasty. Right. He actually has a chance of just straight out killing my dwarf. That's really bad. Yeah, this is actually... my dwarf might just straight up die here. As might my forest elf. Ooh. This is... wow, I lost that one. Okay, that was not good at all. Let's set some people to gathering wood and some people to gathering food. And let us hope that my medic... what is my medic's skill? My medic's medical skill is +11. They're all on 0. They shouldn't die. 2 of them died! The bandit and the elf died! Oh, that's awful! That's absolutely terrible. Let's grab another medic, because I only have one medic active at the moment, I think. That's awful. That's absolutely awful. Into the gold mine. Let's go left. Take it all and leave. You can see I was meant to go left because of the... Oh, wait a second. Can I go back into the gold mine? Damn it, leave. There we go. The gold mine's disappeared now. We can gather some coal while we're sitting here. And actually we can gather some leather as well while we're waiting. I'll do a few turns of gathering coal and leather because we do need some coal, and then we'll move on. Goblin warriors, they want to fight us, they haven't given us a choice. Okay, that's fine. I'll send out my reasonably shielded warrior to start with. They had a spear wielder, but he's only got 15 damage. I'll boost up my warrior's shields first, so that they can't do anything, and then I'll actually confuse that warrior so he can't attack. Another spear wielder, but pre-confused, thankfully. I'm actually going to skip turn there and let him put out his final one, because I want him to put out his final one so I can just pound on it with spears. There we go. Do we have anyone we can knock out with first action? We can move him to the front with first action, and he can do some damage across there. And actually I think that's enough to win the fight. I can't believe those dwarves crushed us so easily. Normally dwarf bandits aren't quite that powerful at that level, which is a pity. We got a studded staff, which is a spear with 3 damage, not particularly good. We leveled up again, so out in our expedition we gained gathering, health, stealth, tactics, intelligence, craft, health, divination. Divination? What's divination used for? Double divination damage. Oh, so it's poison for hex and intellect challenges. Okay. And back at town we got dexterity, strength, +2 medic on our new medic that we just grew up. So her medical skill is up to 7 already, although she has got a boost in medical skill from the herbalist's hut. Some stealth, some animal kinship. That's alright. Oops, I forgot I was gathering stuff. Ah well, I forgot I was gathering stuff, so I've kind of lost the progress I had on gathering. Approach the enemies, let's be social. 3 goblin warriors, I think we can out-social 3 goblin warriors. Oh, definitely, I mean, I think I can deal with that one straight off. And then we'll put out someone with reasonable hit points and a good deal of damage. Hopefully we can start bolstering our team again. That's all we need, actually. That's fine. We can finish the fight there. There we go. They offered us some random stuff instead of anything particularly useful. I'm not going to do the cosmic tree yet because I want to increase the power of my expedition. I actually want to set out with a pretty sort of top range expedition before I do that. Australia's got an encounter. It is 3 skeletons. It's a combat encounter, but we've got all of our warriors on the back row. Let's shuffle that up a little bit. There we go. We'll bring some warriors to the front row instead. Again, spear wielders can be used just to deal damage to the front. Countered with a spear wielder. Fair enough. We have some great first actioners, so what we'll do is we'll put him out and then we'll move him to the front to deal with that skeleton. And we'll also put out, what have we got? We've got this. We will add support so that she does a lot of damage, and then also add his support, so basically we're giving arrow support, and we'll move her to the front as well. So that should be more than enough to deal with the skeletons. Our attractive socialite cook, I think, took a couple of wounds, but we have a very good medic and she's in a town. We got some broken skeletons and some skeletons attacking our expedition, but that's fine. Shouldn't be too difficult to deal with them, especially when we can just insta-kill, because we can do 22 damage with a spear straight off. And then we'll throw out... actually we won't, we'll just wait. See what they do. Okay, so we will throw out a couple of spear wielders to wound him. And again, just throw out what we have. I don't think there's any need to move anyone to the front. We could move her to the front. Yeah, let's move her to the front. And I think that's more than enough to deal with this. Easily won. And we got something... we got some porridge. That doesn't look like porridge to me. But okay. Apparently that's porridge. And we've got another attack by skeletons. They're all coming down to defend the sort of home. Let's reshuffle this a bit. Opponent's turn. Again, we can do 22 damage straight off the bat, and then we can back that up with another few damage from that and just kill one of them. Minimise the number of people they have to use to attack us. We can deal damage. We can also boost up her damage with a bit of range damage from some other people. And that should be more than enough to deal with this. A little bit of overkill from him, and then she can just crush that skeleton. No problems at all. We gained a research point from somewhere, so we've got one research point spare. We're just going to go in and deal with the skeletons straight off. As much as Lada is the Lady of Love and Hope, they're still skeletons, and they're still a threat to good Lada-loving humans, so we shall destroy them. Okay, so he had a spear wielder. That wasn't a brilliant start to this, but that's fine. We can throw out some extra damage on her and then move her to the front. She's a hammer wielder, so her damage will carry over to the next person, so it's not actually a bad idea to just throw loads of extra damage on her. We can use a spear wielder to weaken him. And then we can throw out a spear wielder again to weaken him. And I think if we do this, we bring her to the front, 23 damage and then 35 damage, 8 with the carryover. I don't think we'll even need to use anyone beyond Iveta. Yep, there we go. Again, reasonably easy victory. We're getting lots of items from this, which is slowly filling our expedition's equipment packs. Actually, this is something. Because we lost the dwarf who'd come with the shield, the powerful sword, we actually have a spare sword. It's a two-handed sword, which is 12 damage, 7 shielding, and 10 leech, which is very powerful. So I'm actually going to drop that onto him. You've got 15 and 6. You've got a spear. We've got a 4 spear. We've got an 8 spear here. This is 6 with 3 poison. This is 8 with... Yep, I'll take the 8 spear. Definitely. Our medic is currently wielding a 68 sword. We've got a dwarf bandit wielding a 17 damage spear. Our orc's got a club. We've got a 4 damage bow, which is no better than any of our other bows. We haven't got an improved club for him. 6 armor, 8 armor, 8 armor. 8 armor. What are the weights of these? Heavier. 17, 17, 15, 15, 9. How heavy is that? 48. 3 twins, so 15. These can't wear armor. Okay, so what we'll go is we'll go to inventory and we'll start scrapping some of the stuff that's not very good. So the training sword can go. The black sword can go because we don't need it. Willow's Tear, it's okay, but it just doesn't have the damage output I need at this stage in the game. Gravesword will keep because it's got a high damage output. That axe can go. Axe can go. That axe can go. That axe can go. That axe can go. It's a really good axe, but again, it just, like, actually I suppose, yeah, we can keep that for the damage output. The bow, not particularly useful right now. That crossbow we don't need. We've got 2 of these hammers, and we're already using 2 of them. I think we can scrap the 2 spares. The weak one of these can get scrapped because it's bad quality. We don't need the little clubs. We don't need the little poking staffs. The little poking staffs are very early game items. We've got a 2 and 3 armor shield which can go. 4 and 6 shield can stay because that's actually quite powerful. 2 and 4 shield can go. These armors are just too heavy for the amount of armor they grant. I might keep 1 in reserve. Again, too heavy for the armor it grants. 21, 3 and 2 leech. Actually, that's a really good armor. I can swap that round with one of my dwarf. For instance, my dwarf is wearing 16. That gives him more armor and leech as well. We'll get rid of this for certain. We've got another ring and another folklore ring. We've got another collar spare. We've got several books of wisdom. So let's go back to equipment. You are wearing some 16 and 3. If I give you this, 21, 3 and 2 leech. I think I'll actually scrap that now because it's very heavy and we don't need it because everyone's wearing pretty much what I want them to wear. So we can head back up in this direction now, having discovered what we can discover down here. Nothing of any sort of shockingly great use. Over in construction we could pay for totems, we could pay for cabbage patches, we could get a well which would open up 2 things down here, or we could get blessed paths. What I want to do is I definitely want to move into the realm of blessed paths. Because if we have a look, as long as our village overview, we've got, what, 8 of 10, so we have space. Production. And what this does is this blessed paths expand the distance out to which we can so I need dryad wood at the very least to grow it, dryad wood or coal. I do have some dryad wood on my party that can come back now. I'll finish this fight and then I'll finish the episode and I'll bring the party back home. Nice strong sword wielder with a lot of leech. Leech lets them heal up by hitting things, which is a great sort of early game power to have. Just use a backline spearman to kill him straight off. Again, decent shielding, good attack damage. But again, I'm just going to use my backline spearman to deal with those. This is what makes backline spearmen so powerful, is you can wipe out half the enemy before the battle even begins. And that should be the end of that fight. Thank you very much for watching. I've been the Gaming Droid, this has been Thea The Awakening. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe and leave a comment if you want. If you don't like the video, dislike the video, that's fine. And leave a comment as to why you didn't like it, if you'd like, so I can help it, so it can help improve the channel. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Bye!